What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. You're watching Buchanan Motorsports, and as you can see behind me, we got some of the Buchanan Motorsports lineup. The old Sierra back there, the 350. Today we're on the 250. So 2007 F250 Power Stroke 4x4. What are we gonna be doing? We're gonna be jumping in, fixing some of that loose steering, replacing tie rod ends, all that kind of good stuff. So if you ain't checked out any of our videos before, we've got a bunch of here on the 2007, a couple on the 350, and a ton on that Sierra back there. So check those out. If you ain't subscribed, think about subscribing for us, and let's get into it. All right, guys, just a quick explanation of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So again, we're going to replace all the tie rod ends, all that kind of good stuff. Reason we're doing it, we've had the truck for about 1.5 years. It's been doing pretty good, but it's sat up for about 6 or 7 years before we got it. Anyway, it's just got old components on it, showing a little bit of abnormal wear on the tires. So we're going to take the opportunity, replace all the front end steering components, getting all that tightened back up. We're going to look at our shocks, replace the steering dampener, and get this thing back on the road. Get it to the alignment shop, let them dial it in, and it'll be one less headache we got to worry about, and one less way to eat up them high-dollar tires. So appreciate you guys following along. I'm gonna go get my son outside, get this truck turned around in the driveway, and do what we do best here in the Buchanan Motorsports channel, and do some driveway DIY stuff. So here we go. All right, guys, we're up under the front of the truck. We're gonna start assessing what we need to take off first, what size sockets we're gonna need. We're gonna be going after these tie rod end bolts right here on either side. We're gonna have to disconnect our steering dampener. We're gonna get up at the pitman arm bolt, and really there's only a few connections in here, and then we'll get this thing off. We're gonna take a couple preliminary measurements. What we're gonna do is kind of measure between the tie rods to get just a general measurement, so that when we go back together with this thing, we have at least we're close, and we don't have any type of crazy alignment issues, just to try to get to the alignment shop. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get set up here real quick, and we'll bring you back in just a second. All right, guys, we got a cotter pin to try to get after. Of course, they brought the longest pair of needle nose ever try to do this with, but I think we'll be able to get it. All right, got that out. All right, that is a 19 millimeter, and we'll get that broke loose. I may have to get a actual wrench on this, since we're trying to leave the tires on this. You don't have to leave the tires on this. If you do leave the tires on it, then you're less likely for the toe to be crazy, and you can go back really a little bit easier with it, in my opinion. Now, you do however you feel like you need to do it, but that's the way I'm going to end up trying to do it for now. All right, 19 millimeter wrench got a little bit easier for us. All right, driver's side is going to be a 21. Again, this is a 2007, so it may vary a little bit on year. Pitman nut up here is a 24. This is going to be a 19. And I think the end of this is about a 15. I haven't verified that one yet.
That should be good to pop it down.
So he's working that one off. Yeah, what we're going to do is leave that just a little bit off. So that we can, when we pop that loose from that joint, it does not completely fall. We'll put the nut kind of back on this side just a little bit and do kind of the same thing. And then we'll just work on loosening all this up before we try to really disconnect a whole lot of anything. That way it's not a big floppy mess, and we can kind of control it a little bit easier. All right, we're taking our 24. We're gonna get that off there. He's already got it kind of broke loose a little bit. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. All right, he's gonna leave that nut
right
partially on there, so that when we pop that joint loose, it doesn't come crashing down. I've determined this is a 14 millimeter for me up here. I don't know if this is a stock steering stabilizer or not, but that's what we're gonna use. I'll get my Milwaukee over here and get this extension on here. If I can do all this with one hand, I doubt it, but we'll try it. And we're gonna need a pair of locking pliers. So I don't know if you can see that right there. This thing is old. It's just spinning. So we're gonna have to get a pair of pliers on this, lock that in place, and then back that nut off of there. All right, we got our pliers in place. Gonna give this a shot here. There we go. Coming right off. All right, with that nut loose on the passenger side, our shock loose over here, we decided to just go ahead and leave this. We'll get this out whenever we come off the truck with all this. We got the nut loose over there on the driver's side, and we got the pitman arm nut loose up there with all theirs still on there. We're gonna go ahead and try to give this a few little love taps, get that to separate. All right, guys, you see how that separated right there? Our nut kept it from, if he'll move his hand, our nut kept it from falling down and controlled it. Now he's gonna back the nut off of it, and we didn't have it flopping down in our face. There you go, that's down.
And that should just fall right up.
That pulled right out of there.
Put our nut back on.
Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing right here. We're gonna get our sledgehammer. We're gonna tap on that joint right here on both sides and get this to separate. Again, this is a little bit more difficult with the tires, but it ain't that big a deal. All right, so it's separated right here at the end of my finger. Our nut kept it intact, and now we got to get the passenger side, driver's side, same exact way. Hit it with your purse. Today, Junior.
Not strong enough.
You heard that, folks?
It's defeated.
He finally admits it. He ain't as strong as the old man. I'm glad I got that on video. All right, we're gonna work on that real quick. It's really not that tough. You just gotta get a good angle on it. All right, guys, if you get this joint pop loose and you don't have this nut all the way off the first time, like, hold on. All right, guys, just bring it in real quick. If you get this nut loosened up, but you don't back it all the way off before you separate this, there's a potential that the shaft of that ball in there will actually spin if you have enough tension on it. So that was the case here. Just get your jack, come in here, put a little bit of pressure back on this tie rod end, and then come back and loosen it up. And that pressure should hold it, and it lets you back this off of it again. So just FYI, in case you ever run into something like that. There we go. Where is... There it is. All right. Coming out. All right, guys, we got it up here on the table. We're gonna get a 13 millimeter. Take care of these little keepers on the ends. Get a 15. Take care of this. I've got new hardware for some of this, like the new tie rod ends, but I didn't get new pieces like this. There's nothing wrong with these. So, and I didn't get this new center section. So we'll get this loosened up. We'll back these out on both ends, and then we'll put our new pieces in. Then we'll get the 15s over here. We'll back these out, get this replaced. The only thing I don't have new on this particular piece, we've got a new stabilizer, is this little joint right here. So we're gonna reuse that. So everything else will be brand new on that piece. So we're gonna get this disassembled. All right, guys, here we are. We got the drag link up in the vise real quick. We're gonna get the pipe wrench on this. This stuff has been in here for a long time. So we're gonna get the pipe wrench. He's gonna start backing this out. We've already lubed it up a little bit. So we took our measurement. We were 60 and 7/16 between center to center. And we'll try to be back pretty close to that. But when we go back together. All right, guys, so here we go. We got this out. This is a Ford OEM part. I'm going back with the Moog replacement. Use what you want to use. One thing I will caution you about doing ahead of time is cleaning up your threads, both here and inside of the tube. Get you some anti-seize. Coat that down before you go back together. Be prepared to have that everywhere, but it is what it is. And transfer over your keeper from the old part to the new part, and be ready for that to go back on. So we're gonna get these threads cleaned up, like he's already trying to do over there.
So you need
he's throwing all my stuff on the ground, which is perfect. These threads actually look pretty good, so we're not in too bad a shape there. We'll go ahead and kind of get this threaded in. If these threads distances look about the same, we're gonna get it threaded in about the same amount. You can see the witness mark for the rust, and then we'll kind of start there and then take our measurements once we get both ends replaced. All right, we got it liberally coated in there. Threads are cleaned up. He's fixing to put this together for us. And like I said, we're going to thread it all the way in until we get to about the same distance as what the stock one was. All right, just remember on the passenger side, tie rod end, it's reverse thread. So
I did go there.
a little learning lesson here. All right, guys, the exact same process we did right here. Measured it all up. We're going to take our measurement now from the center to center and set it at 60 and 7/16 according to our old measurement. That'll give us, again, a rough baseline of where we need to be, and get all this stuff loosely fit back up. And that part will be ready to go back in the truck. Then we can tackle the other pieces. All right, so we got other steering components up here. Again, we got all new components here. Only thing I need out of this is this adjustment portion and this locking tab. And we went ahead and pulled a measurement from center there to center on this. Mine is 42 and 15/16. That's gonna be our baseline to get started. And once we get this portion pulled back off of here, we'll get the new stuff on the bench, run it up to our measurements, make sure we anti-seize everything real good, and this stuff will be going back in the truck.
Hey.
All right, guys, we got our new bar out. We are cleaning up the threads on this adjuster. We're gonna get this threaded on here, again, with anti-seize. Make sure it's good and clean. We're gonna adjust our length to 42 and 15/16, which is where we had it before. We'll go ahead and put it in here. That way it's less chance for us to get that everywhere, all over us. That's good. All right, we'll get this.
End.
We'll do one end at a time. We'll get this threaded on here, and be good to rock and roll, man. All right, guys, we got our adjustment coupling here. Nice and free. Look at that. Nice and clean. Those threads are good. We're going to get this one ready to go, get it prepped, get it threaded in here, and adjust it out to our 42 and 5/16 center to center. Call this one a day. Start getting this stuff back in the truck. This will be the hole for our steering dampener. We'll get that out and work on that here in just a few minutes. All right, we're getting this put back in there. That simply drops in from the top, as you can see right there. He's getting the Pitman nut on there. We may have to make a couple adjustments. Again, we rough did this, so if it doesn't line up right, then we'll make an adjustment or two on our adjustment right here and call it a day. All right, so this is one of the reasons why we didn't take the wheels and tires off and jack this up, and we definitely didn't go in there and move the steering wheel. So I was able to adjust my new components to where it was already set. So as long as I didn't move the wheels when I pulled this stuff off and I didn't move the steering wheel, then all I had to do was make a quick adjustment on this to make it match. And I should be really, really close. So that was my reasoning by not taking the wheels and tires and all that stuff off. So anyway, we've got it matched up. We're gonna start getting this stuff snugged up. All right, guys, we were able to get our steering components in on the passenger side. We got our nut loosely fitted. We'll get that into place. We'll get all these components rotated around. We'll get the bolts run back off in it, get all this stuff snugged back down, get the bushings for our steering stabilizer, get that up in the hole, get that button down. He is currently tightening down the tie rod in on the driver's side. We did go ahead and use the jack to assist us on keeping this up in place so we could get these threaded. It's not completely necessary, but it is like a third hand. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna get all this button back up. Again, get all this stuff tightened down. And we'll be off to the alignment shop before you know it. All right, we got it torqued down. We get our cotter pin in there. We're gonna get it bent over. The passenger side will be done. I'm gonna swap this Zerk fitting out for a 90-degree one because that is not a good position. It's pointing basically right at the rim, and that's not good for me. So that will be done. He's moving on to the torquing that one down.
Got the cotter pin in it.
And again, we're gonna get this put back into place up here on our steering stabilizer. All right, I'm gonna get my metal washer there. Bushing pushed up on there. I got my other components ready to go up in here. I'm gonna try to push this back in. This is harder to do than one hand than most people realize. All right, so we're in. I'm gonna get my other bushing in here. The other washer. Sorry about the camera work. I usually try to do a little bit better job than. All right, we're gonna get this tightened up. That looks to be about a 13 millimeter, maybe a 12. It's pretty small. And that'll be buttoned up there. We got our adjustment on here. We're gonna get all this still tightened up. He's got that side tightened up. It's good to go. We're gonna get some grease in all these. Go take it a little test drive around the block, let it all kind of settle in, double check everything, and alignment shop we go. All right, guys, we just got the truck back from the alignment shop. Everything came back into spec, perfect. The guy had no problems getting it dialed back in, so we appreciate those guys. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this project up for the day. It kind of looks like just like it did this morning when I first started this video out. But this is later in the evening. We're wrapping this one up. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Hopefully you found something enjoyable in this and you got some good content out of it so that help you with your project. Again, we got a lot more projects coming on the Sierra right there behind me here in the next few weeks. So we're hoping to get to those and get some good stuff out for you guys on that. If you ain't subscribed, think about subscribing for us. Make sure you like the video, comment. We're gonna catch you on the next one.